The process of how to sign up to be an Uber Eats driver throughout the years has had some amends that's been done to it. Some of y'all want to drive exclusively for Uber Eats and you don't want anyone in your back seat as far as rideshare. Some of y'all want to drive rideshare and also do Uber Eats deliveries. In this video, we're going to explain exactly how you can set up which account you want, whether you want passengers in your back seat and food or just food. We're also going to cover the process of how to complete a delivery from the time you get the ping on your phone to the time that you drop it off to the customer. And we're going to cover exactly how you can cancel delivery if the situation warrants it. And probably the biggest question you have on your mind is, what happens to that canceled food? Do you take it back to the restaurant or do you take it to your stomach? Let's find out and get started with the video. Hello everyone, this is Elijah with the Rideshare Guy, and in this video, we're going to be giving you an Uber Eats driver tutorial that will give you a complete rundown of what the Uber Eats experience is going to be like, both visually in the app, as well as addressing some frequently asked questions that you may have when you first get started. So first off, we want to cover the sign up process. So there's basically two scenarios that we're looking at here. There's a scenario where you can have an Uber Eats only account, and a scenario where you can have what's known as a dual account, where you can drive for UberX or Rideshare and Uber Eats at the same time. Now, if you want to just have a Uber Eats account, no Rideshare at all, you want to sign up using the link in the description or in the pinned comment, because that link is an Uber Eats link and will enable you to just drive for Uber Eats. That account won't be set up to receive Rideshare requests at all. Now, if you want to do Rideshare and do Uber Eats, you want to sign up using the link in the description that specifically specifies Rideshare, because what you'll need to do is sign up for a Rideshare account first. And once you sign up to receive Rideshare requests, a message should pop up asking you, do you want to also receive delivery requests? And if you want to, you say yes. If you already signed up for Rideshare, there's a good chance that Uber's been harassing you about taking delivery requests anyway, so all you got to do is take them up on their offer and say yes. Now, if for some reason you're not getting the message that I'm talking about, then you can follow these series of steps to let Uber know that you want your account to be converted to a dual account so that you can take Rideshare and Uber Eats requests. You'll first need to have the Uber driver app open. Assuming that you have that open, you want to click on the bars in the top left-hand corner. Once you've done that, you'll want to scroll to the bottom and click on Help. Once at the Help screen, you'll want to scroll down and click on Account and App Issues. From here, just click on Change Account Settings. You'll then want to scroll down and click on I want to start earning through trips or deliveries. Click on that. From here, all you need to do is fill out the necessary information, such as what type of request do you want to receive. In this case, you'd want to receive deliveries, so put deliveries. And then you would press the submit button. Uber will then set your account up to receive Uber Eats deliveries, and if they need anything else from you in order to do that, they'll get in contact with you. Now that we've covered the sign up process, let's jump over to the phone so you can actually see what is the process of receiving an Uber Eats request and how to complete that delivery. Once you get a request, your phone will make a beeping noise to let you know that you've gotten a request, and it would also appear on the screen. On the screen, the request will give you some information to go off of, as well as the streets of the drop-off location. Keep in mind that the total mileage is just the mileage it will take you to drive to the restaurant and the drop-off. It doesn't include any mileage of you having to drive back anywhere once you finish the delivery. The tip is also shown in the amount that you'll be paid, but keep in mind that this is an expected tip, and the tip can be changed by the customer to be increased or decreased up to 1 hour after the delivery is finished. The phone will ring for a total of 15 seconds. At that point, you'll need to accept or decline the delivery. Occasionally, you may be given the opportunity to accept more than one delivery at a time. If this is the case, this will also appear on the accept screen, as you can see here. You can accept the request by tapping on the green delivery button, or you can decline it by tapping the X button in the top right hand corner. Keep in mind that if the 15 seconds runs out, that registers as a decline. Once you accept a delivery, you can then navigate to the restaurant. Clicking on the navigate button will pull up your phone's default GPS. You can also click on the phone icon to call the restaurant just in case you're having trouble finding it. If you want this delivery to be your last one, you can click on the bars in the top right hand corner and click on the Stop New Request button. This will take you offline as soon as you finish this delivery, and it will also stop any current deliveries from coming in. If for some reason you can't complete the delivery, you can scroll to the bottom and click on the exclamation mark to cancel the delivery. Keep in mind this should be done before you pick up the food. Canceling afterwards too many times can lead to deactivation. On this screen will also be any instructions that the restaurant will give you as a delivery driver if they feel that you need something. For example, Chipotle is requesting in the instructions not to park in the Chipotle car side parking spaces. Once you've arrived at the restaurant, you'll want to go inside and pick up the order based on the name and also the order number. You can look at the details by clicking on the details button, and one key thing to take a look out for is any beverages, as restaurants may forget to give them to you. If the order isn't ready once you arrive, you'll want to click the Not Ready button, as this will notify the restaurant that you've arrived. If you have any issues with the order itself, you can also click on Report Issue. Once you pick up the order, it's time to head back to the car and start the drop-off process. You do this by clicking on the check mark right next to the name to indicate you picked up the order, and you can give the restaurant a thumbs up or a thumbs down. This is part of a feedback system that gives them data on what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. When you're ready, click on Slide Delivery, and then the drop-off location will appear. Once you're in the drop-off process, you encounter one of three scenarios. The customer will either want you to leave the food at their door, they'll want to meet you somewhere and get it, or they'll want you to wait in the car and they'll come to you and pick it up. Let's start off at the deliver at door scenario. Once you've arrived at the drop-off location, you'll need to go up and drop the food off and take a picture of it as proof that you dropped it off. If you need to contact the customer, you can do so by messaging them using the message icon or by calling them by clicking on the phone icon. I like to handle it a little different than what Uber says. I like to take an extra step to actually message the customer, letting them know that hi, I'm from UberEats and I've left the food at their doorstep as they requested, and to have a nice day. This way they're notified in the app that I have officially dropped the food off, and I like to send this message right before I take the picture and complete the delivery. Once I complete this step, I will go ahead and take a picture. You can do this by clicking on that check mark or click on Take Picture, and then you can take a picture of the food. I recommend, if you can, capturing the full address as well, just as an insurance policy, and I highly recommend skipping this step as this is your insurance that you dropped the food off. You'll then want to type in where exactly you left it, and then you slide Delivered. Then the amount of money that Uber is paying you will appear on the screen. Keep in mind that this is before the tip. For the other two scenarios, those being delivered to door and meet at car, the process is basically the same visually. The only difference is delivered to door option means you need to physically hand the food to the customer, and for meet at the car, the customer should come to you and pick up their own food. Now, let's briefly go over what you should do if you need to cancel a delivery. This should be done if you lack necessary instructions needed in order to complete the delivery and you can't get a hold of the customer. The moment you message or call the customer, a timer of 8 minutes will actually start counting down. Once that timer has run out, then you will have the option to cancel the delivery and still get paid for it, and that cancellation won't count against you. When the timer runs out, Uber will ask you to leave the order in a safe place and to take a picture of it as proof that you delivered. So you'll want to click on Leave Order, and then you'll want to take the picture of where exactly you're leaving the order at. You will then be asked if you want to skip and add a note, or if you want to take the picture. Under very little circumstances would I ever skip and add a note. I would always just take the picture. The only exception being is if the customer wanted to meet you at the car and they couldn't do it, you may lack the instructions needed to leave it somewhere safe. So at that point, what can you take a picture of? You might as well skip and add a note, and then you can use your imagination as far as what's going to happen to that food at that point. Once you've completed the delivery, how much you made will appear at the top of the screen. You can scroll to the right or to the left to see how much you made that week also. Once an hour has passed from the time you've done a delivery, you'll see if you got any tips from the customer. You can also check on your earnings activity in general by clicking on See Earnings Activity. From here, you can take a look at the tips that you've gotten, as well as any promos that you are qualified for. The navigation of how to operate this really depends on what you're looking for. You can click on type and select deliveries, rides, promos, etc. You can click on feature and only show deliveries that included tips or surge. And you can also change how you're actually viewing this data when you click on compact. And if at any point you want to mess with these filters, click on the bars in the top right hand corner and you can make these changes all at once to see the data that you want to see. You'll also see the option to send a thanks for any tips that you've received. You're not seeing it on my screen because I've already thanked the customers. This is something I recommend more drivers do because it just encourages more customers to tip, and who knows, they may actually increase the tip if they see that you thank them for tipping in the first place. Now that you've visually seen the process of completing a delivery as well as how to cancel a delivery if it's deemed necessary, we'll answer probably the biggest question in your mind, which is what should you do with the food if you had to cancel the order? So it's covered in the video already. You got 3 scenarios when it comes to dropping off food, and all this is dependent on what the customer selected. You have the option where they wanted you to stay in your car, they come out and grab the food. They have the option meet at door where you're going to go to some place they want you to meet, usually at their front door, and then they're going to physically receive the food. And then the last one is to leave at the door, probably the most popular option this time around, where people just want you to leave it at the door, take a picture, and then move on. Now, practically speaking, you're not really going to have a use for canceling an order if they have leave at the door because you're just going to leave it at the door. But let's say if you get one of the 2 scenarios that we just covered. If the customer selected the option to meet at the door, and for some reason they weren't available, then you wait the allotted time, and then it says that you can cancel the delivery. Sometimes you might just be able to cancel the delivery, but other times they may want you to take a picture of the food and just leave it in a quote-unquote safe spot, which is in front of their door. Now, regardless of the situation, I recommend that you do just that, even if it doesn't pop up in the Uber's app. But I personally would just go ahead and leave it there and take a picture. But then you have the other scenario where they were supposed to meet you at the car and they didn't. So you initiate the cancel window and that window passes and then you can cancel. Well, in that situation, you may not have the information you need to leave it in a safe place. I mean, unless the place was at a house, they may have wanted to meet you outside in this skyscraper apartments that has like a bunch of floors on it. How would you know exactly where to drop it off? So that scenario, there's nowhere safe you could leave it. So the only place it could really go is in the trash, give it to a homeless person, or if it's your flavor of food in your stomach. So that's personally how I handle those scenarios, and I recommend that y'all do the same. But that does it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And if you haven't signed up for UberEats and you have an interest in doing so, be sure to sign up using the link in the description or the pinned comment. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and hit that bell notification if you want to be notified the next time we drop another UberEats video. We post new videos every single week, so that's a good idea so you can stay posted on what's going on in the gig economy, as well as learn various tactics and money-making strategies. And if you found value in the video, a thumbs up, very much appreciated. This has been Elijah Bilel. Catch you on the next one. Be safe, be profitable.